The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Diego Castro, bringing you the biggest headlines from around the world. 3 U.S. Marines died in a tragic aircraft crash during military exercises in northern Australia. The crash happened on the remote Tiwi Islands at around 9 a.m. on Sunday. Authorities said 5 others were transported to Royal Darwin Hospital in serious condition. The Marines were among the 23 officers on an MV-22B Osprey tilt-rotor aircraft during routine training exercises. The cause of the crash is still being investigated. The Australian Prime Minister said no Australian personnel were involved in the crash.
Our focus as a government and as the Department of Defence is very much on incident response and on making sure that every support and assistance is given at this difficult time.
Wagner Group Chief Yevgeny Prigozhin is confirmed dead following a plane crash in Russia last week. DNA tests confirmed that the mercenary leader is among the 10 killed in the crash in the Tver region. The private jet crashed 2 months to the day after Prigozhin led an aborted mutiny against Russia's army top brass. Russian President Vladimir Putin described that mutiny as a treacherous stab in the back. The strongman sent his condolences to the victims' families when the news about the plane crash broke. Police say the white gunman who shot and killed 3 black people in Jacksonville, Florida, bought his guns legally. The shooter was identified as a 21-year-old man armed with a high-powered rifle and a handgun. The shooter died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Local police described the shooting as a racially motivated crime. Authorities said he had authored several manifestos before the shooting, detailing his hatred for black people. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now World. I'm Diego Castro. India imposes more curbs on shipments of rice, which is seen to likely further squeeze global supply. According to a report by Bloomberg, the Indian government will set a floor price of $1,200 per ton for basmati rice exports. This is to prevent attempts to smuggle non-basmati white rice, which has been banned for exports. The further tightening follows the imposition of a 20% export tax on parboiled rice. This means India has now either banned or placed a restriction on all varieties of the grain. The restrictions are in line with government effort to temper local food prices ahead of a general election next year. Rescue operations in wildfire-stricken Maui have reportedly come to an end. Authorities said they had combed 99% of the areas and are now only repeating search efforts in those hardest hit. The death toll from the Maui wildfires has reached 115 and is still expected to rise as hundreds of people still unaccounted for. The wildfires, which started on August 8, are the deadliest in the United States and more than a century and the worst natural disaster in Hawaii's history. Aside from Hawaii, Greece has also suffered from devastating wildfires. Recently, a group of 18 blackened corpses, believed to be migrants, were found dead near the village of Avantas. The European Union-backed Copernicus Climate Change Service said this is the largest recorded wildfire on European soil in years. On Sunday, Pope Francis prayed for the victims of the wildfires and asked the public to pray for his 5-day apostolic journey to Mongolia.
Assicuro il ricordo anche nella preghiera per le vittime degli incendi ribambanti in questi giorni nel nord-est della Grecia ed esprimo solidale vicinanza al popolo greco.
And those are the top world headlines of the hour. Join us again at 9:45 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Diego Castro. We are One News, all sides, all the time.